Welcome everyone to the first episode of Let's Play series for the game Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Let's dump into the backstory real quick before we start the game. Okay, there we have it. That is the backstory of this game. And we're going to go jump into this in a second, but I just want to take this moment as an introduction to make note of something. When I first started playing this game, I actually did it as an episode of Until I Die. I was going to play the game until I reached the point where Link got killed. Well, unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I did not die, and about a little over an hour and a half into the game, I decided to give it up, and exchanged that one episode of Until I Die into an entire series. So I'm going to be playing through the entire game, whether I die or not. So you may hear me in the upcoming episodes, the first 3 or 4 of them, reference this as being a part of the series Until I Die. It'd be a little confusing. Just wanted to let you know that that's how it happened. Okay, I'm going to switch back over to the original recording, so here we go. Let's go with the regular name. Of course, main character in the Legend of Zelda series is, of course, Link, not Zelda. Okay, that guy. I was Link's uncle. He's going off to go and rescue Princess Zelda, because apparently he could read Link's dreams as well. That was weird, huh? Now, this was the first Zelda game. Well, actually, it was the only Zelda game, wasn't it? The only one for the Super Nintendo. And this was back during a time when Nintendo was much more, well, how do I put this? They weren't so incredibly reliant on the games in like, they weren't so reliant on their established game franchises, such as Legend of Zelda or Metroid, Mario, that kind of stuff. So as a result, we saw one Legend of Zelda game for the SNES, we saw one Legend of Zelda game for the Game Boy, not repeated entries into the series. We got a sword! Yeah, no, that's not it. Boom! Let's do this thing. Come on. Come on. Don't want to die too early. Gotta watch out. Okay, now that we got our magic, we can use our torch and light areas up. Of course, it doesn't really make a difference here, does it? Okay, what we're doing here is we're trying to go and rescue Princess Zelda. Because, well, something has gone wrong in the kingdom. A wizard named Agahnim has gone and has done evil stuff, as you can probably tell. Oh, die! Okay, we're good. Well, he's imprisoned her in the basement, in the dungeon of the castle here. So, of course, we gotta go and rescue her. This was my favorite Legend of Zelda game for quite a while. I'd probably say it probably still is, but really only sort of retroactively. Not retroactively, retrospectively. I also have to say this game was a pretty significant improvement over the previous games we had seen in the series, like original Legend of Zelda game that came out for the NES. That was... I remember having a whole lot of fun with that, but it's really kind of simple. And this was, of course, back before more complex storylines came around. Not like the Legend of Zelda ever really had that, but this was pretty significant improvement over what we had seen in the first game, whereas you're basically just given a poorly translated introduction to read, and then set loose in the game, and you didn't hear anything else until you got to the very end of the game. Boom! Of course, in this game we have a little bit more. There's dialogue between characters. Link is a silent protagonist. Of course, he always is. Except for in, like, the later games, you hear him, like, yelping and crap when he charges into stuff. But that doesn't really count, does it? The game for the Legend of Zelda game for the Game Boy, which came out pretty far into the Game Boy's life cycle, I have to say. Ah! Don't want to die yet. Come on. Came pretty far into the Game Boy's life cycle, was Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. That was a pretty good game, I have to say. That was... I had to make a decision between if I was going to play this game for this episode or if I was going to go play Link's Awakening. It was a pretty tough one. I chose to do this one. But Link's Awakening is also a very good one. Probably a pretty good contender for being, in my opinion anyway, the best Zelda game out there. I have to say I did like... it wasn't called Zelda 64, but that's what I always call it. Ocarina of Time. I love that game, but it's and it really pushed the series forward a lot. But really, this just, in my mind, is better. No, I did not understand that. Okay, I got it this time. Now, we can't leave the way that we came in because Link fell through a hole. He can't just jump back up through that hole. So we're gonna have to go through a different way. Okay. Most of the enemies you encounter in this game will respawn. Some of them won't though, like that one that was required to get through the door. That wasn't going to respawn. But I think the enemies in this next area would. Yep, there you are. We've already managed to rescue Princess Zelda. Well, we haven't gotten her out of the castle yet. So it remains to be seen if we can rescue her. I'm not going to bother picking up too many rupees because, well, I'm not terribly, not expecting to get terribly far into this game. Okay, at the top of in the throne room, it leads to Sanctuary. Sanctuary, I imagine, is a sanctuary. So we're going to go there. Apparently none of these guards that are in this room are capable of climbing stairs, and none of them are going to notice what we're doing here. Oh, jeez. Good thing we have a torch. Not a torch, a lantern. And when you have that equipped, you can, of course, light the torches and see a little bit better. The torches will go out eventually, though, so you can't screw around forever. Snakes! That's not good. Why does it always have to be snakes? Oh, treasure chest. The boomerang that I picked up can also be used as a weapon, but I'd prefer to carry around the torch for the time being, or the lantern for the time being, because it's easier to light things that way. Rats won't go into the water. Okay, we have to kill enemies until we find the key. Get back here. Come on. There we go. Okay. Over on the wall here, you can see something that, a little peace sign looking thing, means that we can get through there if we have bombs, which we have no bombs, so we can't do anything about that. Boom. Let's go. Okay, you can pull either one, but I'm pretty sure only one of them is going to be a good idea. And that wasn't it. Ha! Almost snuffed it there. Sure, I get it. Health will be restored once we open this treasure chest. Okay, let's get the hell out of this church.